for Hogan's Alley, the game we want to play. With hosts Ryan and Terry, it's Crokinole UK. Drain those open 20s, stack those buttons high. It's the greatest game on earth. Tune in and find out why. Hogan's Alley will get you in the mood. Don't go buying Crokinole from where it goes in the nude. Hogan's Alley, it's time to play the game. It's the greatest game on earth. Crokinole's its name.
Good morning, good evening, good day, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is where you are in this big, beautiful, round Crokinole world. Welcome back to Hogan's Alley, where we are getting deep down and dirty into Season 3 of the UK Crokinole Tour, and also catching up on a little bit of stuff that happened over the summer. Ryan, how you doing, buddy?
I am not too bad, thank you very much. How are you?
I'm okay. I had a lovely afternoon with a couple of pals in Edinburgh.
Lovely. And did you enjoy International Crokinole Day?
Well, it is yet to happen as we are recording.
You're supposed to be doing that.
Do you want me to start again?
No, it's fine.
It's yet to happen, but we've removed the veil.
Well, it's the night before, isn't it? So we're on the evening of the 19th.
Night before International Crokinole Day.
Yeah. And we hope, if you'll be hearing this afterwards, we do hope you've had a fantastic time. I'm sure we've had a great time looking at what everyone's done. We will put out something about what was happening on the day. There's some crazy stuff already going on that we know about.
By half.
Yeah, bonkers. Possibly peaked way too soon, but we'll see. If we're going to do the first one, I think this is going to be a cracking first iteration of ICD.
I think knowing what has happened and is going to happen, I think the bar has been set pretty bloody high.
Yeah, it's going to be good, though.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be awesome. But anyway, it's not just Ryan with us tonight. We've also got the lovely Ian Witt. How you doing, buddy?
Hello, I'm good, thanks, Terry. I'm not going to take the lovely moniker off of Helen, though. That's her nickname.
Well, yes, it is. I mean, that's a trademark, but you're still a lovely man.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. We'll go with the beardy Ian Witt.
All right, the beardy Ian Witt. All right, yeah, I can run with that.
Lovely to be here. Thanks for having me, guys.
Hey, always a pleasure. So, we're going to do we're going to talk announcements, news, developments, I guess. I don't know how we want to frame it.
Yeah,
but something...
fallout or stuff, what happened at the
You see how mine was really
AGM?
positive? My comment was really positive, and you used the word fallout. Lovely.
Fallout is probably the wrong... Yeah, you're right. I mean, I just open my mouth and stuff comes out. Yeah. You're much more considered than I am.
Eternally Scottish, Terry. Eternally Scottish.
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
So if anyone didn't see, we had some updates following our first ever annual general meeting as Crokinole UK, and the biggest change that was announced and decided upon was a change to the way that the UK Tour is going to work.
So why is that, Ryan?
So the biggest thing about it was just in terms of management and opening up the season to kind of change things up. We've moved to a calendar year model, so that the final event of the season, which currently stands as the St Albans event, will contain both the UK Doubles Championship, which it always has, but it will also now contain the UK Singles Championship.
Which, to my mind, makes perfect sense. And when you pitched it to me, like before the AGM, I was just like, yeah, why wouldn't you? Because then we have one UK Championships to end the season.
Ian and I spoke about it over breakfast at the UK Games Expo, in fact. Over breakfast? Was it there? It might be.
I think it was breakfast. No, I think it was Expo.
Was it Expo? There you go.
And I was very much supportive, not just because it actually just makes perfect sense, but I was like, in the throes of Expo stress, I'm like, yeah, great, take it off me. Like, have the UK somewhere else. I'll just run this event as a low-profile situation.
Yeah, so it was a change that I felt makes it more manageable. It kind of feels nicer in terms of going, like, this was the 2026 Tour season championship. Next one is 2027, so on and so forth. Just feels a little bit tidier, doesn't it? A little bit cleaner. None of this kind of straddling 2 years, and that I know in other sports kind of works well, but it also opens up things like the summer months for other events to kind of sneak in, which maybe we'll talk a bit more about as well after. And I think just in terms of logical progression for the way this tour can work and maybe sustaining it in the longer term, I felt like this was a good move, and it seems to be relatively unanimous that other people seem to agree as well, which was good.
Well, everyone that you pitched it to on the what's the word I'm looking for?
AGM,
Zoom.
No, before that, the council, the committee.
Oh, the committee.
The committee. Everyone on the committee, when you pitched it to us, were like, yeah, makes sense. And when it was put out to the community members that attended at the AGM, everyone just gave it the thumbs up immediately.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So just to kind of clarify as well, to allow for this change, because obviously we're halfway, this would be the start of season 3 otherwise, with the Scottish Grand Prix.
Well, it still is the start of season 3, but
yes. However, it would run until the UK Games Expo next year. So to accommodate for this change, the 3 events that are remaining this year, which are the Scottish Grand Prix, the Wales Crokinole Clash, and the St Albans Open, are all going to form part of the 2026 season, which means the 2026 season will run until December 2026, meaning there's 10 events in that season. So your best 5 results will contribute towards your tour scoring. So a slightly elongated season and more events required to attend, but because it's over a year and a half, it's not actually, there's no additional kind of stress, hopefully, on anyone to try and squeeze events in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully that kind of makes sense. If you want more details and kind of want to clarify it, go onto the Crokinole UK website. It's all on there.
And if it doesn't make sense, fire an email to us and we'll ask Ryan to explain it to you better.
Yeah, explain his choices again.
No, I'm joking, mate, but it does actually make perfect sense. And this will be the last kind of year season of the tour for the time being. Anyway, who knows what will happen in the future, but this will be the last 2025, 2026. After that, it'll be the 2027 season, 28, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. And it works out well because we'll still end up with we've obviously got a UK champion already in George McCarthy from Games Expo this year. So he's the 2025 UK champion. We'll obviously have a 2026 UK champion, whoever wins the singles event at St Albans at the end of 2026.
Yeah, but it won't be until December 2026.
Exactly. But it also works out that we end up with a doubles champion every year as well. So we still get a doubles championship this year, and then we'll have a 2026 doubles champion as well. And they'll only obviously only be a year apart, being the Decembers. So hopefully that makes sense. And hopefully people can kind of understand the reasoning behind why we've made that change. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. And, I'm confident it will work, but it might not, like many things that we try. And if it doesn't, then we or whoever the custodians are at the time will change it back. And that is also cool. But as a part of that, Ryan, you said it's going to be 10 events. So let's talk about what the extra event is, because we have our 3 events of this season. We've got our 6 events over the calendar year next year that are standard, that have become standard tour events. But we've also decided to add the Leicester King of Crok to the tour because Sammy stepped up, ran an event. Yes, it had some couple of teething problems, but you know what? He was out there in the gladiator pit, getting his face dirty, as Jeremy said in the previous episode, and fair play. So that is the way that I want the tour, or I've always envisaged the tour to expand. You get your hands dirty, you show what you can do, and if it goes wrong, that's also fine. It's about learning from that. We've all made mistakes. God knows I've made dozens of them, and I'm not just talking about Crokinole. I've made plenty in my life. But it's about what you do with learning from that. And I think Sammy has taken it on board. He's not been, what's the word I'm looking at? He's not been bitter about the criticism that's come his way.
Yeah. He's not shied away from the fact that there were a couple of issues.
Yeah.
In fact, he was already thinking about how to address those. The other advantage, of course, with moving into the tour is you get the the support of the committee behind you as well in terms of organising, and that's not blowing our own trumpet. It's just there are now more people to help run events, and we all know that the more many hands make light work in that kind of thing.
100%.
So, but should we talk about the event itself? Because obviously Ian and I were both there.
On you go, boys. I was not there. I couldn't make it, and I was absolutely gutted. But yet again, it was like 1,000,000 degrees.
Yeah, I was going to say the first thing was it was as it seems to have been across most of this summer this year. It was very warm.
It was a heck of a summer in the UK.
Yeah,
even up in Scotland, it's been a hell of a summer.
No, you're not allowed to have good weather up there.
I'm telling you,
I've been promised this. It's
I've
always
not
raining
worn
in Scotland.
long trousers for months.
Well, I mean, that's between you and the police. But, I was promised the weather in Scotland would always be poor. That's what I've been told.
Never. So yeah, it was warm. We actually had it at it was a bridge club, wasn't it, in Leicester? That's where it was held. And there was doubles in the morning into the afternoon, and then there was a singles event. So I played doubles with George McCarthy. Who was your partner, Ian?
2 hours later.
Right, so Ian, you played doubles with someone at Leicester, and I'm sure it was a great guy.
I had a lovely time playing the doubles at Leicester. Sammy very kindly, because I didn't have a doubles partner, because the two of you were not both available, and even so, Ryan had decided that he wanted to partner up with someone else. Very rude.
To be fair, I was asked. Don't blame me the fact you were late asking me. I'm very popular.
I mean, to be fair, given who asked you, I don't blame you. I would have snapped his arm off if he'd offered to be my partner. But
I was the popular kid. I was the popular boy being asked by all the girls to the ball. You can't do it.
But yes, Sammy managed to supply me with a partner who, embarrassingly, I have forgotten his name, and I apologise profusely for that. I think it might have been Mark, but I almost don't want to guess, because if I'm wrong, then it sounds even worse. But anyway, the chap that I played with was a lovely guy. We had a lot of fun. The doubles in the morning was really, really good. Like, it was played in incredible spirits, and I just want to say, like, the venue there was really good. I know you mentioned it, Ryan, that it was a bridge club, which, I'll be honest, I didn't realise that there were such things as bridge clubs with dedicated venues that were just used for bridge. But maybe I'm just not... I don't move in the bridge circles that some people do.
I have to admit, I was the same. Like, I've never seen a venue that was dedicated to something like that. I've always seen those kind of clubs. They pop up in, like, village halls or something like that. That's probably also more because I live in a more rural community, maybe, so it's not as a bigger thing. So, but the building itself, it's like at the end of a lane, but it's nice, isn't it? Like it's a nice building.
It's really, really good. It's got gated access. Its own car park. The actual building is really well laid out. We had loads of space. We had a couple of little problems with the air conditioning. It was very hot that day, and I think people opening windows confused the aircon, and I don't know, aircon is just always a bit temperamental, isn't it? But overall, the venue was incredible. Tables were really good. We had chairs with arms, which made things interesting for Crokinole. That is a little bit different to what we're used to. So there was a bit of leeway with the moving your chair rule, because it was sort of impossible with arms on the chairs. But no, overall the venue was fantastic. I mean, it was a great location, and also geographically within the country. Leicester as a point on the map, it's like it fills one of those gaps that we've not been to before. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, and the doubles in the morning was fantastic.
Yeah, the doubles was a lot of fun, especially with it being like a full round robin, which gives you the opportunity to play every other team, which is always exciting. And yeah, the standard play was really high. Playing with George was great. We both seemed to hit a dip at the same time, which I think was unfortunate. So we had a middle 2 or 3 matches where both of our play kind of just dipped. It was strange. It's almost like we were feeding off each other's energy. But the rest of the time, especially the last match, which we played against Mark and Jason, was great fun. And that was a really challenging match. But yeah, that was a good morning. The winner, of course, probably no shock to anybody, was Mike. So Mike Ray with George Martin. I mean, they were a formidable duo. And they just seemed to they were like our first or second match, and we were like, okay.
I tell you what, I mean, George is a good player in his own right.
Yes.
But from what I've seen with him and Mike in doubles, it's like, holy hell.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like,
this is, they bring out the best in each other.
Yes, I agree with that.
Because like we all know what Mike's capable of. Mike's won a lot of stuff, and he's a very, very strong player. But George is incredibly solid.
Yeah.
And I think he's getting better.
Yeah.
Because he
100%.
played the Masters. And yeah, I feel like he's definitely on an up, which is kind of quite frightening, because I think he could be a real thorn in a lot of people's sides. Kind of just, he's like you say, he's just so solid.
Yeah.
He's also lovely. he's
really nice guy.
He's such a gentleman.
There was a point in time where you might have described George as a dark horse, but I really don't think he is a dark horse anymore.
He's just a horse now.
He's just straight up good. He's just a horse.
George,
he's
in the race. Martin. Not content with producing the Beatles.
Yeah. So it was great, and it was fun to play with George McCarthy, who again, like I said, is just so laid back. It's like it was good fun. And we both hit some great shots, which was really exciting, and picked up my first ever Crokinole medal with a cheeky third place in the doubles.
Yeah. Congrats!
We were 1 point off second, and I think that little dip in the middle just scuppered us a little bit, but there we go.
Happens.
Yeah, that's it. And then that was good fun. And then the singles in the afternoon was good. It was so hot though. I think personally I was struggling, but I wasn't the only one. Several people were like, it was really warm, and I think concentration was starting to be affected a little bit. I think again that's a little problem that they'll address for next year in terms of managing it. Also, I mean, what are the chances it ends up being on a really hot day again? It might not happen. It could be. It could be absolutely fine. So
who knows?
Yeah.
Summertime in the UK, roll a die.
True. Yeah. Exactly. So singles was great fun, and Mike emerged victorious in the singles as well. So he picked up a double win at Leicester. But overall, really good fun day. Like I said, a couple of teething problems, but Sammy's such an enthusiastic and willing host, and he wants it to be good. He knows what it can be. He knows what he needs to do, and he wants it to be really good. And I think it's hard to hold that against anyone who's putting themselves out there to try and get something happening.
Totally. I have the utmost respect for Sammy for putting himself forward, and I know most of his kind of East Midlands crew from around the events, and they're all like absolute beauties. And they'll figure it out. They'll get there, and they'll be asking us for advice and whatever, and we'll support them as much as we can, because if you're not, what am I trying to say? He stepped up. He put his name forward ages ago, and he was like, I want to do this. And yeah, of course, I'll support anyone that wants to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And with it being a tour event, obviously, like I said, it'll have our backing. And again, it's exciting to see another tour event which will feature doubles and singles.
Yeah, definitely.
So that was really good. So yeah, a good kind of post UK Championships event. And yeah, good vibes. Like a nice group of people who were playing there. And yeah, and a shout out as well, just a very quick one to Sammy's mum, who was there helping. She was there all day, kind of helping. She was like doing things like emptying the bins and kind of keeping the top stuff. She was brilliant. She was lovely, and she was really, really kind. And yeah, so that was really good.
No, it was great. I actually sat down when we were on our lunch break. I chatted to Sammy's mum for a good half an hour, and lovely, lovely lady, and yeah, involved with the bridge club there, and they were very incredibly welcoming. It reminded me a lot of Ryan when you ran the Masters last year at the cricket club up in Manchester. Like just the welcoming nature of the venue was really prevalent. And the fact that she was there to make sure everything was okay, that we were happy, that we had everything we needed, it was exceptional.
Yeah,
Sweet.
it's really good. Looking forward to going back.
But after that, over the summer, we weren't just finished, even though the tour was, because Ryan, you hosted something at Bragdy Cubby in Holyhead.
That's right.
So the Cubby Brewery.
Yeah, the Crokinole, the beer and boards.
Yeah.
Yeah, another cool.
It wasn't cool, man. It was
It was
33
so hot.
degrees inside
so
at 8 o'clock at night.
It was so hot.
Cool was not the word.
It was ridiculous. But yeah,
Sweat fest.
it was every picture. Everyone is very red in the face in that one, and that's not just because of the beer. It was because of how hot it was. Yeah, but we had a 17-player tournament at Bragdy Cubby, who were very kind in hosting it for us. And yeah, what a fantastic little venue to host a Crokinole tournament.
Mind you, a Crokinole tournament in a brewery, the chances of me loving it are slender.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd sort of picked it up in terms of saying like their beers are good.
No,
They're
their
excellent.
beers are sensational.
They've just won 3 good taste awards,
Right?
for 3 of their beers. So
I'm
that
not
kind of gives you
I'm
they're
not
excellent.
surprised. I tried most of them in I got a couple of little flights, so little thirds, third of pints, just to try them out. The was it the Handsome Dan? Is it
Yeah, a Sunshine Dan.
Sunshine Dan.
That's lovely. That's my favourite
Was my
one.
favourite.
That's my
Absolutely.
favourite.
There was a couple of others that were just phenomenal. There was like a seaweed beer. As
Yeah,
well.
that's
It was
right.
great.
Yes.
Really good.
Yeah, Moorish.
Yeah. I had a great chat with Dan, and just great guy, because I've done a bit of brewing in my life in the house. So like very jealous of all the stainless steel that they had on site with their what was it, 2,000 litres or so ago.
Yeah. Did
So
you notice they all have names?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you like
Yep.
Jones the Brewer?
Yep. All the fermenting vessels had their own name.
Yeah, it's
I
great.
loved it.
Yeah, it's a great venue. They're lovely. They're a really lovely family. Been back a couple of times since as well, just with a board or two, and just sat in for an afternoon with some mates catching up and stuff. But on the night, they set out the tables. We put all the boards out. And yeah, we had great fun. They very kindly donated a mini keg. So we did the first round of singles games in 2 groups, and then we had what was called the keg shot. So you were drawn randomly against one other player, and you had 3 shots to get your best score, and then it was sudden death if you were tying. And it was just straight knockouts to get to the point. And the final was between James, the bad boy of Crokinole, Temby, and my brother, Kai Anthony.
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai, yeah. And it was so funny because I'd played Kai in the first round, and I was like the 3rd match. He's like, "Oh, this is going terribly for me," and it's like that was some sort of trigger playing me, because from then on he was having a great time, and I think probably just the right amount of beer. And then and he seemed to pick it up. Unfortunately, James did beat him in the keg shot final. But if you go search out Bragdy Cubby's socials, because there's a video, and watching Kai prepare for it is so funny. Like you say, the Cobra Kai nickname I think is really apt, because he's kind of like trying to doing like this zen, trying to like bring himself together. It's so funny. And if you know, I obviously know him very well because he's my brother, and that's exactly Kai all over. He's a funny character. So that was a lot of fun. And then we had we obviously went through into the second round, which was competitive.
Yeah.
But everyone was certainly feeling the effects of the heat. I think everyone's a bit tired.
The heat and the beer.
Heat and the beer, but it still was really good. What was really interesting, I know we don't tend to talk about scores because it's a bit boring, but I will tell you this. So the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th place in the A pool were all separated by 1 point each. So it went 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32.
Crazy.
I'll tell you what, I know we don't talk about scores, but I'm going to talk about scores for a little bit. In that first round, the first round robin, I was dominating. I honestly, and I'm not one to blow my own trumpet. I'm really not. But I was totally in the groove. And I think I dropped something like 3 points throughout that first round robin. And then it just went off a cliff.
Yeah. It's
and you know, I was thought, all right, win the keg. No, I couldn't do that.
Now, Terry, did it go off the cliff around the time that you had your third or fourth pint by any chance?
I think about the fifth or sixth.
Yeah, story
and also
checks
the
out.
food maybe came a little bit later than was ideal, but you know, it doesn't matter though because I had a great time.
Yeah, it's a perfect. It was the perfect venue to host that kind of tournament. There were some people there for the first time they'd ever played. There were some lads there who were there the second time they'd ever played Crokinole was this tournament. In fact, one of them picked up the third place in the B pool. You know, and like that's so that was good. He's been to Carnarvon Crokinole Club since, so that was really cool. Yeah, just all around good vibes. I think it was a really good group of people who were there playing.
It was, and the final was hilarious because everyone was cheering for Chris Robinson.
Yeah,
and just booing James Denby.
As it should be.
But sadly, James still won. It's almost like it fueled him. I think it fueled him. I think we've fallen into his trap there.
Yeah.
So he's like a pantomime villain, isn't he?
Yeah, that's exactly what he is. You know, he's going to bring up a cape around about his nose.
So it was a lot of fun, and several people were asking if I'm going to do it again. It'll be partly down to Bragdy Cubby. It'll be partly down to the schedule next year and kind of look at it. They can only run events like that in the summer because obviously it takes up the whole venue.
Yeah.
So they want to have open doors so that people can sit outside and so on. And obviously summer leaves a better chance for that to happen, which is fair, absolutely fair enough.
Yeah, totally.
They offered it, and they were absolutely gracious hosts.
Oh, they were splendid. I mean, it overran, and they just stuck about, but they could have just went beat it.
Yeah, no, they were absolutely fine with that. And last time I went up there, they were even asking about picking up a board to just have at the brewery. So,
Sweet.
they're certainly kind of thinking about that. So I would recommend just anybody, if you're in Northwest Wales, certainly if you're in Anglesey, get over to Holyhead, go and try some beers at Bragdy Cubby. You'll get a warm welcome, and the beer is excellent. So, and you never know, I might be sat in there playing Crokinole.
I mean, I have to say, if you're in Holyhead, it is the best place to go. Let's face it, Holyhead is a port town.
Yep.
They're not always renowned for being the most, welcoming and
it's a
splendid places. But go to Bragdy Cubby and buy a T-shirt because the T-shirts are cool as.
Yeah.
I've got mine. It's just sweet.
And they do bottles of beer and everything. So support them. They're a family business, and if you can, and like I said, might be sat in there playing Crokinole.
Yeah, and super beer.
Super beer. There you go.
So, what's the last thing we've got to talk about?
So we've got Scotland, the Scottish GP to preview, the first event of the year.
What do you mean? That's ages away.
It's not.
Oh, Jesus, really?
Ian, do you think Terry's ready?
Terry was born ready.
Oh, buddy. Yeah, the GP's coming up as we talk in about 2.5 weeks. Probably closer to 3 weeks and 2.5, but it's going to be the first full weekend in September. So the 6th of September, I think, is a Saturday. Is that right?
I think so.
Yep.
At the time of recording, we have 11 seats left in the Grand Prix. So if you've not got your seat, get it. I want to hit that 48. I could open it up to 52 by making it groups of 13, but I want to hit the 4 12s first. It's going to be the second year at the Royal Highland Centre, which is, a fairly prestigious venue in Edinburgh. The second biggest conference facility in Scotland. The biggest being the SECC. Just get involved. Get involved. There's going to be a lot of good stuff happening. So even before the Grand Prix, if you're coming for the full weekend, you can listen to these 3 mugs in person as we are doing a seminar on community building, which is essentially us just reflecting on the last 3 years or 3 or 4 years or so, and relaying to the audience our mistakes, our successes, and everything in between. Because it's not just about Crokinole. I think everything that we have done is relevant to any game, any burgeoning community out there.
Mm-hmm.
You can take a lot of what we did and apply it, and you can ignore stuff. Who cares? We just want to share the knowledge, and we are delighted that Dave Wright asked us to do this.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for us to kind of like lay it all out there, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think the people who do come along, hopefully, they can get involved as well with the conversation. But yeah, certainly we'll be kind of laying out ideas that people can hopefully take from what we've learned and apply it to what they're doing, whether that's at a very local level, or whether it's something they're trying to do that's a bit broader. That hopefully a lot of the principles will apply, and like you said, the mistakes we've made will be the ones that they don't have to make because they can pick up some of the stuff. And also, we'll be around all weekend, so you can pick our brains. If you see us just wandering around, then you can do that as well, right?
Yep, I'm totally available for brain picking for the price of a pint all weekend. If you want half an hour of my wisdom...
Can you feel the air quotes, people?
Time that. You need to time that pint very, very well.
Then
I was going to say though, if we're going to run through all of the mistakes we've made, are we going to have time to talk about the successes? Because it feels like
that's a fair point.
It's a rich vein to be mined there.
Yeah, we've made our fair share, but I think we've outweighed.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm going to stick up for us a bit here,
Yeah.
not to brag, but I don't think we've a couple of missteps here and there, but I actually think we've done pretty well, to be fair.
Yeah.
Right, we'll let you do the talking then, Ryan.
I'm with
what's
Ryan
different
on this one.
What's different to normal?
So that'll be the Friday night at Tabletop Scotland.
Yeah, 4:30.
Yeah, is it 4:30? I'm really looking forward to the guy that's on before us, who's doing a thing about RPGs in the Cold War era.
Yeah,
because
I saw that. I was like, that sounds amazing. It's like he's a history lecturer, right?
He's like a professor
I know.
at whatever university.
We're going on after a professor. We are going to look so dumb.
No, wait, hang on, guys, hang on. We are as close as it gets to being professors of Crokinole, right? In
the UK,
let's not talk ourselves down.
Actually, when you put it like that, Ian, I'm almost willing to believe you.
We should, we should be getting honorary doctorates from universities all over the shop.
We're
Crokinole studies.
I have a PhD from the University of Wetlofer.
We're nothing if not contrary either, are we? Because like 2 minutes ago, it was me saying to Ian, "No, we make those things." And then he tries to give us a compliment. We're like, "No."
I mean, I'm considering a rebrand to Contrary Alley.
I disagree. I don't think you should do that.
Hey.
So that's the Friday.
Yep.
But do go along. It's like Games in the Shadow of the Bomb or something is the session that's on before us.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
But do come along to our session, and also Professor whatever his name is, Professor Cold War.
But also, please do come to our seminar, because
And
we're all petrified there's only going to be 2 of you there.
There's 5 people.
Oh, is there 5?
I know Jimmer and Helen are going, but there's 3 real people coming to hear us.
Okay, because those are not real people.
And they're not. Also, just to clarify, that's not us 3.
There's like 3 real people.
With us, there's 6.
Yes.
I'm going to make an extra little promise as well. If you come along, there will be baked goods.
Oh, what are you going to bake?
I'm definitely going to come now.
I'm going to make some shortbread of some kind.
Oh, lemon and thyme.
I did lemon and thyme last time, so I might do a variant.
Ooh.
I might do an old-fashioned shortbread.
So are you going to get
does that
whiskey
mean?
and orange and all the rest of it?
Oh, that's actually what you mean. Ryan is nodding.
He's nodding.
Oh my goodness.
Audience. He is nodding.
I
dear
thought
listener.
that was a joke.
I'll even do it so that the sugar is just on the rim of the
of the shortbread.
I tell you what, I don't know if John Harper listens to this, who is one of the Tabletop Scotland crew, but he is a massive, massive fan of old fashions.
There you go. If he comes along and listens, he might get one.
Might get a bit of shortbread.
I've got to figure out how to get whiskey flavour into shortbread, but that's my next goal.
Just make shortbread and I'll douse it in whiskey.
Yeah, I've got ideas on how to do it, so it's not a problem. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I wanted it to feel Scotch, you know. I wanted it to feel. So shortbread was not enough. I had to add in extra. It had to be whiskey, and then we ignore the orange bit. That's fine, but that just makes it better.
That's fine. You don't care.
I mean, with global warming, you could grow oranges on the Tyne now. On the Tyne. That's terrible, isn't it?
Ooh.
Oh dear.
I mean, it's almost.
I meant to say the Tay. I was going to say the Tay.
It's almost Scotland, the Tyne, to be fair.
No, I was going to say the Tay, and
they're kind of honorary.
Yeah.
They hate us Southerners enough that you'll almost let them be Scotland.
Yeah, pretty much.
This podcast is getting off its rails. So
like it started on rails.
Yeah, true.
I was going to say you act so surprised, Ryan.
So yeah, if you come along, there will be shortbreads that baked by myself, and other people will testify I'm a good baker. So
I will come along now.
I have seen his baked goods on WhatsApp, and Ryan Anthony is actually Nigella Lawson in disguise. He is the Nigella of the Crokinole world.
I don't mean to be rude, but it's a very good disguise.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely.
So on the Saturday, though, we have the Flick Starter, which I think is starting about 10:30.
It says 10 o'clock on the schedule. So
10?
Yeah.
10 or 10:30. Check the Tabletop Scotland website.
Yeah.
So the Flick Starter will be running for a couple of hours. There is somewhere in the region of 31 people who have booked it.
Nice.
So I am wanting to tap some of those 31 people into playing the Grand Prix if there's any spaces left.
Mm-hmm. Which no doubt you'll get for sure.
I'll convince people. You know what I'm like on the day.
I mean, to be honest, most of the times if people try it in one of those taster events, they want to jump into the tournament if they can.
Yeah.
Right? So
I was just going to hang about and play some other games, but I want to do this. Of course you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the right choice.
That runs for a couple of hours, right?
That runs for a couple of hours, and then we've got an hour break.
Mm-hmm.
And that runs for a couple of hours, but I also want to put out the shout out to, I don't know, a fair chunk of the people that will be listening to this to say, come along, help out, and teach people how to play the greatest game on earth.
Absolutely.
Because everyone wants you to do it, especially me. But it's the right thing to do. Because that's what we do. We're Crokinistas. We spread the word, we have fun, and we play the greatest game on earth. Absolutely. And we teach others to do it. So get involved. Anyway, on to the main event. I think the Grand Prix starts at 1.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have 4 groups of potentially up to 13 each. It's advertises up to 12 each. We could expand it to 13. If it's less than the 48, then I'm going to have to get my thinking cap on. It'll be smaller groups. We'll do a round robin, which will be seeded. We're going to do... I'm going to put my neck on the line here, and I'm going to say we're going to do a live draw on the Friday night. And I don't know what platform we're going to do it on, whether it's YouTube or Twitch or Discord or
probably to the Facebook group, right? We could live stream onto the Facebook group.
But whatever, we'll do a live draw on the Friday night when I have most of the names, and if anyone else joins in, we'll figure it out and we'll just plop them into the group that makes most sense. I've always prided myself on being honest as I can with the draws. I have had independent adjudicators in the past, but we'll do that if we can. And then the Grand Prix is going to run from something like 1 until 7.
That's what it says.
1 until 7-ish.
One until finish.
1 until finish. Yeah,
there you go.
I think it's probably right. So it'll be seeded groups of, I mean, if we hit capacity, it'll be seeded groups of 12 or 13. 4 of them. The top, however many, will go through to Pool A. The second, however many, will go through to Pool B. You get the idea. Pool C, Pool D. Obviously, there's going to be some people there that just will have had enough, and they're there for the convention, and that's cool. So if they drop out, that's fine, because they don't care about their tour scores, and that is totally cool. And I might have a pal arriving late, Paul Judge, who did pretty well last year. He has to work in the morning, so I've already said to him, we'll just slot him in to a pool in the afternoon, like the lowest pool or whatever pool I think he deserves to be in. Because of it, I mean, I'm not trying to stooge it, but if everyone sticks around, I think he's a better player than Pool D.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
So, I'll apply the rule of cool.
Yeah, you might turn around and go, well, you weren't here to earn Pool A, but
Oh, he definitely wouldn't be Pool. I wouldn't slot him in there. Pool A, Pool B, no. Well, unless there's only Pool B.
Yeah.
Or maybe. But
yeah.
maybe
it'll
not.
be fine. It'll be fine. It's all good.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, it's all good. No, it sounds good. I'm excited because it's my first time coming to Scotland, to Tabletop Scotland, and to play at the GP.
You're going to love it.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
We'll have jackpots again.
Yes.
Nice.
So bring a fiver, everyone, because there will be 5 jackpots. I've not entirely decided on them, but they're going to be less skill-based than last year.
Top Ryan?
I think that would be...
Just saying.
No, I think that would be bad.
Top
Brian.
No, not Brian.
Right.
If it's Top Brian, I'm leaving.
Oh, Top Ryan.
Yeah.
Top Ryan's not happening, mate.
Ah.
I was gonna suggest Top Ian, but I don't think I'd even win that. So
maybe not in Scotland. Who knows? I think there'll be more things like the piggyback.
Yeah.
Nice.
Instead of a perfect game, I'm going to look at a double perfect game, like a pure perfect game.
Nice.
In which case, it would be a double jackpot that's split between 2 players.
Oh wow. Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna look for maybe more luck things than skill.
Yeah.
And why am I doing that? Because if they're not won, it's going to go to the charity.
Yes.
So that's why I'm doing it. Although last year I managed to guilt everyone into giving all their prizes to the charity. So if you want to do that, that is also totally cool by me.
It's nice as well because it's Waverley Care, isn't it, this year?
Yeah.
The charity, which is the leading HIV and hepatitis C charity in Scotland,
yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Really good cause.
Yeah, really good cause. And yeah, it'll be great to kind of again donate some money into that. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really excited. I think the GP it just carries such a reputation, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun to kind of finally get up there. Obviously, you've been up there before, Ian. So
yeah, and I mean, I was going to mention as well, like the new venue for Tabletop Scotland is phenomenal. It's really good. Like if anyone's on the fence about going, just know that the venue is walking distance from the airport. Like, it's incredibly situated. There's hotels up the wazoo, whether you want to be close or a bit further away, closer to the city, whatever. You've got so many options. I mean, when I went last year, it was an absolute breeze. I walked off the plane, walked out of the airport, was at my hotel within 5 minutes, and then at the venue 10 minutes after that. It was so good. And the space that they've got is incredible. And the other thing I wanted to mention is, and it sounds like a little thing, but to me it made a real big difference because they've expanded into a bigger space. There's a lot of room, so spacing between tables, between rows. I know Dave and the whole team at Tabletop Scotland are really big on the like accessibility side of things, and it's incredible for that. Like, you don't have this kind of awkward shuffling between the backs of chairs and all that kind of stuff. It's just a really lovely venue, and it's goes without saying it's run incredibly well by the whole team, and it's just do it, just go, you will love it. It was so much fun.
Pretty much what Ian said. Yeah, it's Dave has always wanted to be always wanted the convention to be the most accessible thing possible. And by that, he's always made sure there is something like 2.5 meters between tables, like the long rows of tables where people are playing board games, to ensure that someone can go down there in a wheelchair or on crutches or whatever they need to be. Mm. And, you know, hats off to them for doing that, because it also lends itself to a bit more airiness about, you know, you're not feeling cramped. Mm. And even with Crokinole, because, you know, some of us, me in particular, I like my chair to be quite a distance from the table.
Yeah, same.
You know, and that is no problem. You're not bumping into another chair at the back. And if anything, there's probably still enough room for someone in a wheelchair to scoot on through.
Yeah, I think probably everyone who's ever played, you know, any number of Crokinole tournaments, excuse me, has had that experience where the chairs are just a little bit too close. Yeah. So if you do want to create a bit of room, you start to feel the back of your chair nudging the chair of the person behind you, and it's awkward because it's like you don't want to affect their game, but it's like you want to have your space. And yeah, at Tabletop Scotland, that's just such a non-issue. Yeah, it's incredible. Not gonna happen. It's really good.
So that's happening. The whole event is going to be sponsored by Maplewood, or Play Crokinole, I think, as Steve has branded his sub-branch of his woodworking expedition.
Yep.
I've heard really, really good reports about the new boards from the people that were at Aircon in Manchester just recently. They're playing great. Brilliant. Come along. The Kickstarter is still going to be live.
I was going to say, if you haven't had the chance, go and you can listen to us talking to Steve about the Crokinole Kickstarter, get an idea of his background, where he's come from, how he got Maplewood started, and obviously information about the boards as well.
Yep, and from what I hear, the boards are a step up from the ones that we used in Aircon last year.
Brilliant.
This year, earlier this year, last season.
It's going to be really exciting to see how the boards play. I mean, I listened to the episode you guys did with Steve, and it was excellent. Like, it was really interesting to hear sort of his journey, where he's come from, what motivated him to kind of make that slight sidestep from the gaming tables into Crokinole boards. And it's fantastic to have someone trying to manufacture boards in the UK and doing a pretty good job of it as well.
Yeah, totally.
Producing some really nice boards. So I'm excited to see how the boards play at Tabletop Scotland. And also, you know, if you're interested in those boards, like, this gives you a chance to try them out. So again, another reason to come to Tabletop Scotland.
And not only if you're interested in those boards, it gives you a chance to try them out, but Steve has graciously given me access to one of those boards to raffle off.
Ooh.
And the raffling off is going to go towards new prizes.
Amazing.
Because we've had let's face it, we've had this crappy claret jug that I bought off eBay, and I got my mate to make a beautiful. He turned sapele wood on his lathe into this beautiful plinth to put it on. Let's face it, the plinth was worth more than the actual trophy.
I think I think the claret joke was claret spelt with a K, wasn't it?
And double T.
Yeah.
But I've been speaking to a local trophy shop, not manufacturer, but a trophy shop vendor. And I was really glad that I popped up there because I had these ideas of getting this engraved and that engraved. And he taught me down. So we're going to have this beautiful, it's going to be about a foot high.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Shining silvery. It's not silver. It's going to be, what's it called?
Like a nickel, kind of?
Nickel, yes. Shining nickel, which requires next to no maintenance. You know, you just need to, if you win it and you take it away, you're going to have to buff it with a cloth. And that's all you do.
Yeah, I like nickel. It's a lovely finish.
And I said to him, right, so how many names can we get round it? And he's going, don't worry about it. I was like, what do you mean, don't worry about it? He was like, this will take, 60 to 80 names. It's going to, and I was like, brilliant. It's going to be someone else's problem. So we've got a beautiful new trophy. There's going to be some other prizes. There's going to be the chance to win a Maplewood Kickstarter tournament board. What more reasons do you need to come along and get involved?
I have one more reason.
What's that?
You can have an absolutely brilliant time.
Oh,
Because you get to play Crokinole.
you get to play Crokinole and you get to shout top croaks during the first round as soon as someone pulls off a brilliant job, because that is mandatory. And there's going to be jackpots.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be phenomenal. I've always wanted my tournament. This is my tournament, I feel. I mean, I know I've run other ones, but this is one that is dear to my heart. And I always wanted this one to be fun, but also competitive.
And if you come a day early, you can have some of Ryan's shortbread.
And you can heckle us.
If you yeah, well, I mean, you can always heckle us.
Yeah, I mean,
At any point.
One of the caveats is if you take shortbread, you're not then allowed to throw the shortbread back. That's not.
I'm actually fine with people throwing shortbread at me because I'll just eat it. So
It's like
just
as long as
FYI.
a second warning to open your mouth.
That's it, exactly.
Yeah, the seminar just turned into like a sea lion display with the Ian catching stuff that we throw it in.
I'm okay with this.
He's got the balance of Crokinole board on his nose.
Well, hey, did you see the video from Tavistock
Yes.
at Worlds this year? Yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, exactly. So, we need to get on it.
Yeah. Well, I'm very much looking forward to the GP. It's going to be a lot of fun. We will dissect everything that happens there following it.
Yeah, we will.
In the episode that follows that. In the meantime, I will encourage everybody, if they have not done so already, please go and listen to our summer series of interviews that we did. As we mentioned, we did the one with Steve Mellors. We also had a fantastic deep dive with Jeremy Tracy.
Deep dive does not do it justice.
Yeah, it's a 1 hour, 40-minute just chat of all kinds of stuff. Everything from being a world champion to how to manufacture buttons that are printed, to dealing with criticism, to how we spoke about hockey, football. We spoke about loads of stuff. It was fantastic. So it's a really good listen. Go and do that. And of course,
in fact, we could have talked about hockey a lot longer if you hadn't interrupted. But
well, Jeremy doesn't even like hockey, Terry. That was the thing.
He's Canadian.
I know, but it's he doesn't like hockey. I don't know anything about hockey.
I feel very much like Terry needs a parallel podcast. He needs a hockey cast.
Oh well, this is a don't encourage him.
No, I'm encouraging him to take it off of Hogan's Alley and do it elsewhere.
Yeah, that's fair.
Look, any time there is a guest on that has a remote connection to hockey, I'm going to be talking to them about it.
As remote as just being Canadian.
It's the most phenomenal sport.
There you go. You could call it something like Past the Blue Line or something like that. That'd be a great name. There you go.
That's not a bad one. I like that.
Scottish related and hockey. It's all good. Why am I giving you ideas? Because that's probably going to mean more work for me at some point. What am I doing?
Likely,
yeah. The other thing as well is please go and listen to the guest interview which Terry and Helen did with Michel Cloutier.
Oh yeah, definitely. Michel, what a dude. Honestly, like, here's a guy that's just poured his soul into writing stuff about Crokinole.
Yeah, exactly. So be sure to go listen. Yeah, go listen to that one as well. We really appreciate the support that Hogan's Eye has been given in the off season and just in general for the first year, because we're coming up to our first year anniversary of doing this podcast.
My goodness!
Yeah, we're only 10 days away from the first episode going live, I believe, which means it'll be very close when this one goes live. So yeah, just wanted to say thank you really for all the support the podcast has been given this first year. It's meant a lot to us. The other thing I'd like to ask is, apart from the usual subscribe, share, and like, is we'd love to hear kind of if you have any ideas of the kind of things you'd like to hear us talking about, or different people you'd like us to talk to. If you have someone in mind, or you've got something in mind that you'd like to hear us talk about or expand upon, by all means drop us a message, because we'd love to be able to kind of answer anything that kind of comes our way.
Yeah, I'd just like to expand on what you said there, which is a massive thank you to everyone that's listened. I expected, like, a dozen people to listen to this, and Ryan puts numbers at me every month, and it is humbling, and it is really gratifying to know that people out there actually like what we do, or at least we are not screaming into the void.
They tolerate what we do.
Yeah. So look, if you've been around since the beginning, thank you. If you've just joined, thank you. If you've yet to join and you listen to this in the future, also thank you.
And to just cover off the other side of that, speaking for the audience, thank you to both of you for doing what you do. Because no, honestly, I don't want to get all soppy. I don't want to get all soppy, but honestly, it's no small thing what you've done, and a lot of people have got a lot of enjoyment from it. And I know I've enjoyed listening to every single episode. So thank you both for doing what you do.
Thank you, Ian. But you didn't come as close to making me cry as Jeremy did.
It's fine. So you'll send the 20 quid in the post, yeah?
No, I'll see you at the Royal Highland Centre.
Okay.
To be fair, Ian comes close to making me cry, but it's a different reason. So,
shots fired.
I can't deal with this like being nice, sincerity. No. We've got to take the big camera shot. I'm not dealing with this.
And I think on that point, I think that's the best possible point we could wrap up.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to break with tradition.
Ooh.
Because we normally exit with a song. But seeing as it's the Grand Prix coming up, we're going to exit with a small interviewette. See you next time.
Oh, that's a great question. Thanks for asking. What was going through my head after my win in the inaugural Scottish Grand Prix Crokinole tournament? Well, as I remember it, Alexander Graham Bell, Robbie Burns, Andy Murray, Judy Murray, Nicola Sturgeon, Rod Stewart, Craig and Charlie Reid, a.k.a. the Proclaimers, the Crankies, can you hear me, the Crankies? Your boys took a hell of a beating in Perth.
It's right up our home.